Work on the construction of this isometric block. Though what we are asked to do here actually is to draw the orthographic views, but I want us to look at how we can construct this isometric block as we can see it here, just to replicate it as it is given to us here. So we have dimensions that we are to use, but what I'm going to do first is that I'm going to construct a block without this feature and without this feature. Then after that, I will now bring out this feature that we have here, okay? And I'll bring out this, and you're going to see how simple it is to construct this object as we see it here. Now, so what I'm going to make use of from these dimensions here, I'm going to make use of this 40 millimeters as distance from here to here. I make use of this 40 millimeters as distance from here to here, and I will also make use of this height, distance from here to here, so which is 30 millimeters. So let's see how that can be done. So what we are to do first is to draw a short horizontal line. So I'm going to have a short horizontal line. I will have it here like this. Okay, we have this. Then we are making use of our 30-degree set square, but I'm going to do something first by taking a point here, which I usually call the lowest point. Okay, so I'll call it point A. Then with my 30-degree set square, I'm going to draw a line in this direction. From this point, I'll draw a line in this direction, and then I will come to this point and also draw a line in this direction. Okay, we have this. Then at this point, I'm going to draw a vertical line. So draw a vertical line like this. And I'm going to take the measurement as we have it there. So I'm going to take a measurement of 30 millimeters from point A up. So 30 millimeters up. This is 30 millimeters. And then on this side from point A, I will take a measurement of 40 millimeters. So here is 40 millimeters here. Okay. Then on this side from point A again, I will take a measurement of 40 millimeters from point A. So this is 40 millimeters. So at this point, I'm going to erect a vertical line. I will erect a vertical line at this point. So here we have a vertical line up here, and then we come to this point here. We also erect a vertical line like this. Okay. Then setting my set square in this direction. So setting the set square in this direction as we have it here. So I'm going to draw a line from this point to where we have this 30 millimeters up from A. I will draw a line to touch this, and I will turn it this way and also draw a line from here to touch this line. Then I will move to this point, okay, with the set square, and then I will draw a line in this direction. Then I will also turn the set square this way, okay. So I'll turn the set square this way, and then I will draw the line from this point to touch this. Okay, so we have this block now. So let's bring out the features that we have around this surface here. I mean this rectangle, this surface that we have here, and this, and then later we bring out this. So let's see how that can be done. So let's see how it can be done. So what we are to do first, as we have here, we need to take note of the dimensions that are given to us here. We have that from here to here is 10 millimeters, from here to here is 20, and from here to here is 10. So let's take that measurement. So I'll come to this point here. So take a measurement of 10 millimeters from here inward, and then I have 20, so the rest is 10 millimeters. So I'll come to this point here. So at this point, I'm going to erect a vertical line. So this vertical line that we have here, so I'm going to put it okay, so this vertical line that we have here, so I'm going to erect it at this point. So we have it like this. Okay, then so we also have this vertical line that we have here. So I'll come to this point and erect this vertical line from this point up. Okay, so now, so we need to bring out what we see here. For us to bring out this rectangle and this surface here, so there's something that we need to do. So we need to come up here. So we come up, so with the set square, and then we are going to draw a line from this point inward like this, and then we come to this point. We also draw a line inward, and then looking at what we have here, we are told that distance from here to here is 10 millimeters. So we have to take that measurement. Okay, so I'll just come here and take a measurement of 10 millimeters from this point inward. This is 10 millimeters. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to transfer this distance or this measurement. I'll transfer it to this side, so it goes like this. So we have this now. So now, so I'll come down here at this point. Okay, this line that we see here. Okay, so we draw it inward like this. Okay, then from this point that we have that 10 millimeters that we just took, so we have to draw a vertical line to touch this line here like this, and then so this line that we have inward like this. Okay, so we have to draw a line from this point, so we draw it to touch this line. Okay, so we have this now. All right, so this feature that we have here, you can see that everything has been placed here on this block. Now, so let's bring out this particular feature, this block that we have here. The dimensions that we have on it, we have that from here to here is 20 millimeters, from here to here is 15, and from here to here is 10. So let's start with that. So by taking a measurement of 20 millimeters, from this point here, we take 20 millimeters in like this. Okay, then at this point here, we take 15 millimeters up. This is 15 millimeters here. So here we have this will be 15 millimeters. So at this point here, I'm going to draw a vertical line. At this point, we draw a vertical line up, and then we turn the set square this way. So we draw a line in this direction. Then we turn it this way. So we come to this point here. So we draw a line from here to touch this. Okay. Then we are coming onto this line and take a measurement of 10 millimeters. So from this point, we take 10 millimeters. This is 10 millimeters. Then we are going to set the set square. So we set it this way, and we draw a line in this direction at this point. So coming to this point here, so I'm going to erect a vertical line at this point. So we have this. Okay, so then we also, so this point here, so I'm going to draw a line from this point to touch this line like this, and then I will turn the set square this way, so draw a line in this direction. So coming to this point. Okay, so at this point here, I will draw a line to touch this line. Then at this point, so I'm going to draw a vertical line from this point to touch this line. Okay, so you can see that the block has been produced. This block has been produced here, as you can see it here. So now what we are to do now is that we need to bring out the visible outlines and edges of this object for us to make it more clear. Okay, so what we are to do is that, so with my black pen, which I use for my thick continuous line, so I'm going to make this line a thick line, and then coming to this point, I'll make this line a thick line from here to here, and this also I'll make it a thick line from here to here, and then at this point, we also have a vertical line, so making this a thick line, and then this point here, so we make this line, make a thick line from here down, like this, and then at this point, we also have a vertical line here. So also this line, so make this also a thick line from here to here. So this line, so we also make it a thick line, and then this line, so make it a thick line from here down. Okay, so we have this, and then so on this side, so let us work on this. So make this a thick line from here to here. This also a thick line from here to here, and then so this line also make it a thick line from here to here. These lines, okay, so this line is a thick line, and this line also a thick line. So this line will make it a thick line from here to here, and then so this line we also have it here, making this a thick line, and making this line also a thick line from here to here, and then so coming to this line, so make this line a thick line from here to here, and then this line will make it a thick line from here to here, and then so on this side, okay, on this side, so let's make this line, make it a thick line, and this line should be made a thick line. Okay, then this line also make it a thick line from here to here. So this line, so make it a thick line from here to this end. Also this line, a thick line from here to here. This also a thick line from here to, there's a line down here, I will need to make it a thick line. Then this line from here to here, so make it a thick line. So this is what we have. Okay, for this line we have this. Okay, all right, so all the visible outlines and edges have been brought out. As you can see, the object looking exactly as we have given it here. So this is how simple it is to construct an object like this. So let's meet on a video. We'll be working on this particular one. We produce it as it's given to us here. Thank you and God bless you.